Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning into my tarot channel. Here we are in Capricorn season. Capricorn season is about the sign of Pan. I mean the figure of Pan, who stands for the forest and the chaos of the forest and of life and of earth. Pan's parents were an agriculturalist and a soothsayer, prophetess. So Capricorn has these two sides, these two qualities of being someone who can help manage people in their emotional states. Their second house is in Aquarius, so they'll be serving the collective for their income. Some of these older signs that are at the top half of the equator, Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, there's genius and there's wisdom and there's authority, because they're at the end of the wheel and they've been through all these experiences and they have this wisdom to share. But there is also detachment as they're getting ready to die again, the soul. Whereas the sign lower might be more attached, more held on. So, and that can serve them, and it can also be a detriment to them. So, for example, Aquarius can get lost in their headiness, where they can't connect emotionally, and Capricorn really can be similar in that they're thinking of building their world or their empire or farming their land, literally or figuratively, and sometimes not so much about maybe that other half, the prophetess half. In terms of how the other old signs serve the collective, or how they make money, Pisces makes money by being fluid, by taking on the environment, and as their second house is in Pisces, they make money by being that like traveling bard that helps people. So there's sometimes a dependency quality with Aquarius, where they find a patron, and because they can offer their genius for their keep. And then there is the second house for Pisces will be Aries, so they're meant to be leaders, and they're meant to step up in a combative way in their lives, as in the workplace, to get money, as in other places in their life they're quite passive. So knowing this about these older signs, that they can be detached because they're offering their wisdom before they die again, as the soul intuitively die. If you believe in reincarnation, which is what astrology is really based on, that the soul goes through many lifetimes, that a Scorpio has gone through all the signs below it, and vice versa. That's why the young signs, we call them young kind of people. Young, they can be immature. Excuse me. You know, Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, they can be childlike because they're experiencing things anew, and not just on an energetic level, but on a soul level and an experiential level. Whereas the other signs have more intuitive knowledge and wisdom from all the things they've been through. And this can be sort of played with, because the ascendant could be in a young sign, but the sun is in an old sign, or the moon could be in a young sign and the sun is in an old sign. So you have to see what that means for you in your chart. But usually, if that is what happens, if the sun's in an old sign and the ascendant is in a young sign, is that the person sort of has a youthfulness to them, or a sense of curiosity that is carried throughout life. That is how they engage in the world. So as we are in this season, it's important to think about, you know, Capricorns are the authority because of their experience, because of their ability to manage. And I would say it's really the most pragmatic placement of all the earth signs, because after that things get muddled. Like Aquarius gets a little too heady and a little too obsessed with its ideas, and it can be hard to focus, and Pisces can be a little bit too dreamy, and can be hard for them to realize goals. So Capricorn really is the most like they may be very intelligent as a person, not just with how to manage people, but how to, or not just because of their like experience, but like they are strategists, so they can be very intelligent. And also the goat, is climbing the mountain, but also it has that capricious nature where that sort of surprise or unexpected quality. That is part of Capricorn, that they can be capricious. So this could be a season. Also, it's like Saturn and Kronos, Father Time, like in terms of the mythology. So it's a time where we're like feeling our mortality, and it's also about spring coming, because the woodpecker is related to Pan and Capricorn, and the woodpecker, his song is about death, but also about life, rebirth. Also, this is a time to learn to be useful. Necessity is the mother of invention. As Capricorn, or Pan, made a flute out of his lover that turned from a nim into reeds. He chopped up the reeds into 7 pieces, according to Robert Graves, and made a flute and played music out of his lover. So this is a time where we can really be resourceful, and like think of ways that we might not be seeing, that we could actually make money, because Capricorn really is a sign of money and wealth, prosperity. Even if they may have bouts of poverty in their lives, it's a sign of Pentacles. It's a Pentacle sign, Queen of Pentacles. So this is really the sign that rules the roost in terms of finances. So the first card that we got is the Ten of Wands. And the Ten of Wands can be about something that feels like a burden, that feels overwhelming. So, and also like an end to a cycle, or a finality to a situation. And also it could be that you're on your own here, as the 1 and 0 add up to 1. We got the Sun. So there could be like a male influence in your life, or like a fatherly role that's guiding you. Also, this could be about just being creative, being artistic at this time. We got the Empress reversed. So there could be a feeling of lack, a feeling of excuse me, of not being in touch with finances. We also got the Five of Wands. So there could be conflict. Remember, Pan also has the battle cry. It's heard as a screech in warfare. So this could be a time. Also, the 5 relates to Mercury and communication and change. It could be a time right now where we're having a lot of change, and it could be scary. So if you are experiencing some sort of conflict around change, and maybe some endings, some finality here, that maybe have left you on your own, it could be time to think of those strategies, or those resources, or those ideas that could pull you out of the situation that you find yourself in. Because Capricorn is also a sign of creating reality. So setting these goals and these visions, and then climbing to the top of that mountain, actualizing our goals. So it really is an inspirational sign, actually. And it shows that, slow and steady wins the race. So, yeah, maybe that is a good slogan for this week as we go forward. Slow and steady wins the race. So I hope you enjoyed that reading. And if you would like a private reading with me, I do work with people doing pre-recorded or Zoom. Right now it's $30 for 30 minutes, and I have more prices if you're interested in more time. You can email me at plpearlwoods@gmail.com if you'd like to work together, and I wish you a really happy Capricorn season. One of the best things about this season is that I think idea of eternal life, because as I said, the woodpecker that is singing, relating to Pan, its song in the woods, it is about death, but it's about spring coming. And so I hope that that is helpful for you as you make these transformations in your life.